Hello, this is H.C. Bailey, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Dragoon! It's time for the one-on-one duel between Albert and Emperor Doel himself. In this fight, we actually have to win. You can't just defend your way through it, or just use physical attacks to trigger the next line of dialogue, no. But anyway... Now, I switched Albert to his Gust of Wind Dance edition, off-screen that is, because, well, it's stronger than the other editions that are fully developed, even. Yeah, this one is a lot easier to perform with Albert than with Lapis. But even so, I didn't feel the need to grind up Albert's editions or anything like that. But anyway, yeah, you can't even target Emperor Doel himself. You have to target his two huge swords, and then you can go after him. Well, yeah, to an extent, but you don't need to murder innocent people either. Well, isn't that kind of the point of having power? So you can have justice and all that? I mean, I would think that would be a part of it. Well, fortunately, he doesn't have his Dragoon form this time around. Although he can still use some amount of magic. But I couldn't even target him to reduce the effectiveness of that anyway. Well, like that. Ow! Well, unfortunately, Albert's got at least a decent amount of HP. I suppose I could have equipped Albert with Dragon Helm, just to give him more HP there. What did he say there? I mean, it sounded like there was some voice-acted line, like, what? I can't make it out because of the sound effect. Did he say, "It can't be," or something? I don't know. Kind of sounded more like he was saying, "Hit me!" or something. I don't know. That's one too many M's there, game. But you were never afflicted with that status ailment. I never used you long enough for that to happen. Although, one thing that kind of reminds me of something one of the viewers was saying, H.C. Bailey, if you could actually use the Dispirit status in a way to intentionally keep some characters, their Dragoon levels, low, so that way you could use your special Dragoon ability for the characters you care about, and like someone like Hashel, who doesn't really benefit from being a Dragoon that much, he could get out of his Dragoon form more quickly. But, that takes too much work for my taste. But you could have done it. Nuts. Well, we're gonna stop you one way or the other. Aw, man! I wanted to get a chance to use power down on him before he could do that. Oh well. Anyway, since I do have the speed boosting equipment, that does help me out quite a bit. So let's do that. You know, I ought to get speed down on him too. So now we should actually use the debuffs and the buffs and all that stuff. This part will take a little longer, but not too much. Well, maybe not. Okay, let's go with a good power-up. I don't think I even need speed up, just go. Yeah, we're not just gonna roll over for you, Emperor Doel, just because you stepped up to the plate.
Gust of wind to dance.
Ha-ha! Well, that was enormously easier than I thought it would be. Ha-ha. Well, you kind of have all that clunky armor on. Then again, so does Albert's. Ridiculous. Well, yeah, we're not just fighting to get power for myself. That just kind of comes with the territory. Didn't you just said you regretted something? I regret becoming powerful, but I don't regret it. Wait, what? How does that even work? Given that he had last words, actually, I wonder if he poisoned him. Carlo, that is. I don't think they ever say how he died, just that Dole killed him somehow. But yeah, wouldn't Albert have become king after Carlo died? I mean, like, immediately after? Or maybe he needed, like, a regent or something until he became of age or something. Loser! Yeah, now you can't pose with all those fancy swords and everything, huh? What was? Oh. Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. Whatever works for you. Well, you've been kind of doing a bad job of that, Dart. Bad guys have been kind of doing whatever they want. And walking all over you. And you kind of kill them, but after it's too late. But okay, anyway, let's bring out my regular party members now. And there are going to be quite a few changes that I'm going to be making to my setup now, because this will be the last time I'm going to be using the inn here. Or back at Bale there. I wonder if anyone says something different here now. Oh, yeah, we'll be fine. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I guess they do say a little different stuff. At least it seemed like they did. Well, anyway, there's also some items that I want to buy, too, while we're at it. So let's take care of some shopping. By the way, off-screen, I sold all of my Tier 3 items, including the frozen jets. We really don't need those, so I'm not going to worry about that. But anyway, let's see. I want to get at least 3 of each of those. Okay, I'm just trying to think of how many I want of everything else. Okay, let's go at least 3 of those. Okay, let's see. Maybe go 1 more Healing Breeze and 2 more Healing Fogs. Yeah, that ought to be good. I would normally buy more Healing Breezes, but we have Meru's Rainbow Breath, not to mention the Healing Rains as well. So, yeah, we're not going to be short on multi-targeted healing anytime soon. But I do want to change my setup here. Okay, so Albert, get off those boots there and the ring while you're at it. If I can find the magical greaves, there we are. Get the bracelet. Okay, now for Dart, let's see. I want to give him one of the magical hats. We're going to be needing that coming up later on, and I don't want to have to use an item to restore his MP. And status ailments aren't really much of a concern for most of the rest of the game. Okay, so we need, where's that red Dragoon armor? There it is. Okay, you got that. And yeah, I want you on the bandit shoes there. And I'm going to leave you on the Bandit's Ring for now, but eventually I may want to switch it to a Magical Ring when I'm going to actually use magic with him. Okay, now with Haschel, let's see, I want to use a Dragon Helm, and I'm also going to give him a Physical Ring. The reason is because that'll increase his maximum HP, so that way his Destroyer Mace can deal more damage at higher HP totals, because it's always based on a percentage of your max HP. And let's see, let's go with that. And yeah, I'm not really worried about Haschel's speed that much. Okay, now for Meru, yeah, we need a lot of equipment changes. Let's go with that. I'm still going to keep her on the rainbow dress, though. I'm not really worried about status ailments, but it's just better. See, stay on the dancer shoes, but I also want to give you the amulet. And that'll give us a lot more options with her magic there. So let's take a rest then. And this setup was based on a setup that, well, one of the viewers gave me on the forums when I was doing my test run. So thanks a lot. Although I did slightly modify the setup for my own play style, but still, they came up with the idea. You could still come back here later if you wanted to. If you don't want to equip like the magical hats or the amulets right now, you can do that. It's just a little more convenient to do it this way now. But anyway, okay, now we gotta go back here, and since Michael is gone, we can just go straight on through to the end. And at least to my knowledge, I don't think there's any treasures on the branching paths from, well, the main path that we're on now. Yeah, I don't think there's anything to the right, at least not to my knowledge, although that does seem kind of odd to have those branching paths and then do nothing with them. Well, anyway, we gotta go up here. And they got that Wingly music again, too. Okay, here we got a couple new enemies. And I think that's a roulette face on the right there. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Ow! Ah, well, that wasn't so bad, but still. Yeah, roulette face. They are annoying. They can inflict a lot of status ailments. Let's take that guy out first. They can inflict spirit, bewitch, instant death, you name it. But the Psych Druid is not so much to worry about. They just have fairly powerful magic. Let me get the camera angle the way I want it. There we are. That'll make it easier.
Yes.
I hope you like performing additions on blue backgrounds, because we're going to be having that for most of the rest of the game. Ah, nuts. Come on, Meru. Please get your turn, Meru. Thank you. Okay, that gets the job done. But yeah, the Psych Druid can also do, cast a magic spell. I think that's kind of like the Psychedelic Bomb X. Or at least when I was practicing earlier today, they could deal a lot of damage in one magical attack like that. Well, easy enough. Maybe I didn't need to. Nah, I think it was still worthwhile to use the Magic Sig Stone. Yeah, they still got quite a bit of HP there. But anyway, let's see. The path to the right, I think they both just lead to the same place eventually. Right over here. Oh. Well, they got all the Wingly music here. Oh. Which one was that? Oh, yeah, I suppose not. I wonder how they did construct all this. Sounds like a plan. Whoa! Nuts. Where are you going, Meru? Well, I suppose everyone has to face at least one trial. Where are we, anyway? Hey, how's it going? Oh yeah, that was that statue that Meru was showing us, except it was a lot smaller. Well, the ones she's been hanging with don't seem barbaric. Well, we don't have wings. Well, we got Dragoons, but you know what I mean. But can Meru overcome the Archangel? Find out next time on Let's Play The Legend of Dragoon. This is H.C. Bailey, signing off. Have a good day.